Dumelang guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Renee Leslaka, also go by the name Rainy in case you're new to my channel. And well, if you're new to my channel, I post DIY videos on many things and I post aviation content as well, or advisory or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, long story short, let's not lengthen this intro. I went ahead and decided that I'm going to DIY these beautiful shelves that I've been seeing on Pinterest. And honestly, I DIY'd them for myself because I wanted something to put in my passage. Also, some people call it a hallway or whatever the case may be. And the wall looked blank. So I decided to go right ahead and DIY my shelves with scrap wood that I had left over from a previous DIY or attempt to create a frame. Well, I attempted to make 2 frames, only one came out, so I ended up using the other scrap wood for this DIY. So I hope that wasn't confusing, but that's what we're doing today. So let us go right ahead and tune in. To cut these to size, but I'm gonna first start by measuring them. So with that being said, I first thought I would go 30 centimeters, and then I thought these are, I think it's hold on, let me measure it and not assume. It's a 6.5 by it's a 2 by 6.5. So I thought maybe the width of my shelf wouldn't be wide enough, so I thought maybe I would add the planks and have it that way. But then I felt this is too much of a length, and if I cut this into half and added it to this, it's probably not necessary. So I'm just gonna go right ahead and use the 6.5 as my width for my shelf, and I'm pretty much sure I can still put things on these. Plus, making it less wide equals to less clutter being put on to these shelves. So yeah, with that being said, I first thought I would and also have to deal with the traffic that goes by, so I'm clearly going to voice over this. So I'm going to first measure these out for 40 centimeters. I thought I would use 30 centimeters, but then I realized if I was going to double up on the width, I don't have enough plank, because this is my scrap plank, by the way, which cost me 70 rands, I believe, at Builders when before lockdown. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now is, now that I've told you a whole lot of gibberish that you don't need, I'm going to measure these planks out 40 centimeters and I'm going to cut them. So here I'm just measuring my 40 centimeters and I'm going right ahead and cutting them to size. However, I'm not just cutting this wood, I'm cutting it at a 30-degree angle, more like a trapezium kind of shape. So that's how your one plank should look. It should look like a trapezium, so you don't cut them at different angles. And as you can tell, this is my very first time cutting wood. It was very hard for me to hold the wood in place, so I went with a very unconventional method and I put my knee to secure the wood in place so the pressure gets off my wrist, because that was starting to hurt. And moving forward, what I did was a celebratory moment. I went right ahead and I cut all the wood to size. So when I say trapezium, this is what your wood should look like. Look at the angles of the sides, like from one side to the other. You will see what I'm talking about. And then I went right ahead and I sanded down all the wooden planks, obviously starting from 80 grids, not 80 degree, all the way up to 220 grids, just building my way up to 220. That's the best way to sand your wood. And so when I was done sanding it down, I went right ahead and I placed the wood together, trying to work out a way that these shelves are going to meet and where I was going to be joining them. So I was just working out a simple template on how to do this. And then as soon as I was done with this process and I had figured everything out, I went right ahead and I measured the centerpiece for the planks so that I can know where to drill in order for me to place my nails there. However, you guys need to be careful when you're doing this. As you can see, the angle that I cut in, which was 30 degrees, if you're going to drill, you don't want to end up drilling straight and then find yourself piercing the side of the wood because it's at an angle. You need to make sure that you're far away from where the other point starts. Advisably, I would say the shorter end is where you should measure out where to drill. And I went right ahead and I drilled each and every single wooden plank so that everything can be easier for me to start assembling and putting everything together. And then now that we are done with that process, I went right ahead and used my wood glue, and I'm double securing this because I just want this to stay in place, and I didn't want to, I have no clamps first of all to keep this in place, so this is the best method I had to glue it down and nail it as well instead of just relying on the glue, because that means I would have had to wait a while for that to come together or to dry together. And then as soon as I was done with that process, I went right ahead and measured the center piece. When I was done attaching everything together, I measured the center shelf so that I know what, okay, now I just look confused. I'm just looking for a plank, guys. So as soon as I measured the length that I wanted the center shelf to be, I cut it to size. You probably won't see it here, which you definitely won't because you already saw me cut wood. So what's the point of seeing me do this all over again? It's just repetitive and redundant. And this is what it looks like. I lost a clip where I glued them into place, and yeah. So I glued them into place. While I was waiting for the glue to dry, I figured I might as well start applying my wood filler. You guys want to make sure that you don't do what I do. Go figure out what kind of wood you're working with and get the proper wood filler, which would be oak in my sense. I went with natural wood, which was off with the shade. And when you're done doing this process, guys, if you're about to stain, basically I left it to dry out, and it was very fast in the drying process due to the hot weather. And then this is what it looked like when I was done. I didn't go crazy with the wood filler so that I can reduce the amount of work that I have to go through in order to send them, and I left this to dry out for the whole day overnight. Okay guys, so I glued the middle shelves together. I think I lost that clip. I don't know, my camera just stopped recording for some reason. So now as per instructions of the glue, I'm not going to secure the middle, like the center of the shelves with any nails, which is advisable that I should, but no, I'm not going to drill and do all of that again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it to for the glue to cure and dry out, and then as soon as that is done, we are close to the finishing line and we will be staining the shelves. Waking up bright and early, I went right ahead and I sanded down the wood filler, making sure that it's flush, which is why I emphasize that you guys don't go crazy with the wood filler. Take your time with it so that it can reduce the time that you spend sanding it down. And then as soon as you're done sanding down the wood and making sure that the wood filler is in place, go right ahead and wipe off all the dust and debris before you stain so that you can have a smooth finish at the very end. Okay, just went ahead and went to the kitchen and found this empty yogurt container, and hopefully they don't kill me for this, but I'm gonna be using it. So just gonna pour a little. Oh, okay, I think the lid dried on. Come on. I might poop myself. Might. Okay, getting there. All right, this is the color. It's very dark, so we're just gonna slowly build it on. Okay, I'm not gonna use a lot. This 5 liter went a long way, by the way. So I recommend getting a 5 liter of the color that you love. Trust me, you will reuse it like I'm doing right now. So I'm going to be using a wet cloth and I'm going to be using a brush, and we're just going to go over it. I'm just going to start. Okay, which side is my front? Okay, this is my front. We're gonna start with this one. I'm gonna use the back for testing because no one's gonna see anything at the back, so that's what we're going to use. I should probably protect this table, but it has a nice finish to it, so I'll be able to wipe it off. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this. Okay, we're just gonna wipe it. Okay, I am loving this. I'm loving the process. I'm loving all of this, and I probably said love more than 10 billion times already, but honestly I am loving this. Obviously going with the grain of the wood. Okay, now wipe it down. And probably if it's a sealant and you're using a wipe down method, you probably need to seal it with a protective coat, because obviously this goes by you just applying and not wiping anything down. That's where the protection comes in. So I think I'll give it the final coat without wiping it down. I doubt it, but then we'll see how it all works out. Just going with the grain of the wood. Okay. Making sure I get everything. Oh, I love how you can still see the natural pattern of the wood. Okay, I'm just gonna go right ahead and wipe it down. Oh, yes, I'm loving this. It's not patchy. I don't know what method I use now, but it is not patchy at all. So I went right ahead and I continued staining the rest of the wood. But I'd like to just tell you guys, I didn't go right ahead and put that protective layer. Like I said, I enjoyed just having one coat of this and I love the color straight away, and I just continued with the wiping down method. However, if you're doing this, you will have to get a sealant at the very end so that you can protect it, especially if your finish is gonna be in a place where it's gonna go through traffic. It's going to sit like this. So I'm gonna go right ahead and pick the side that I like the most. I think I love this side. Let me first see this side. This is very hard. Okay, I love this side the most. So I want this shelf to sit like this. So meaning we are going to attach these right over here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take my drill bit, just gonna take it out of here. Since I don't have a marking like a pen or anything like that, and I'm lazy to go get one, I am using this as a shortcut. So what I'm doing is, oh, okay, just need two. So what I did was I already measured that the smallest wooden drill bit is the one that's gonna do here. However, this is a bit thicker than this, which is great because that means it's going to have friction and it's not gonna fall out. So I don't have a tape as well to measure this off, so I already know that at the first twist I need to stop over there. So what I do is I put this hook right over here like that, where I want it, and I think I'm gonna have it a little bit lower right there. Okay, and I put this drill bit right in the hole and I twist it back and forth, and I know it's gonna leave a mark, and then I go right ahead to the next hole and I twist it back and forth as well. knowing it's gonna leave a mark. And there we go, I have 2 markings over there. They're very small, you probably won't be able to see them, but hopefully you can. And then I go right ahead and with my drill bit, and I go back and forth, give myself a nice little anchor for when I start drilling. I know that it's gonna hook in right there and it's just gonna drill through. So I'm doing that on this hole as well, going back and forth, and there we go, there we have it. I'm just gonna confirm that it is where I want it to be. Yes, it is. So if I screw in this side, it will still be able to meet the other screw on the other side. And then I'm gonna put back my drill bit into my drill machine, tighten it, and now that's tight. So we're gonna go right ahead and drill. So look at this magic, it naturally hooks into there, and I'm just gonna drill slowly. Rather drill a shallow hole than a deep hole and have an issue of trying to look for another nail that's gonna fit through here that's long enough for whatever hole that you mistakenly over drilled. Okay. Okay, this is a deep hole, this is a bit shallow. Okay, so I'm gonna test it out with my nail. Should I go deeper or not? And it's where I want it. I don't want to over drill it, so that like this is a space in between that I want, because I want there to be friction as it goes deeper further in. So this one needs a little bit of drilling because it's slightly sticking out. Okay. And that's what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna go right ahead and put my hanging in. It doesn't have a back or forth, either way it's the front, you know, the front and the back are the same. So I'm going to put my nail that keeps on slipping out of my hand right through, and what I'm going to do is I'm going in with my screwdriver and I'm lightly drilling it in, not all the way through. I will drill it all the way through once they're both in, because sometimes tightening it will move it further to the right, and then it's going to seem like your drill holes are not matching up when they actually are, and then you're going to end up drilling another hole and creating a mess. So that's what you want to do. You want to loose fit it first, and then you're going to go right ahead and tighten it. Okay, so I'm tightening it on both sides. See that? Perfect fit. Are you good now? You gonna fall? You better not make me miss out on my audio. Okay. So yes, that was our video for today, guys. Honestly, I'm at my parents' house, so I had to showcase it, you know, the after of my shelves in my mom's entryway. she came home and she loved it, and long story short, I basically don't have shelves anymore for my passage, so I'm gonna have to DIY my shelves now that I just DIY'd my mom's shelves, I guess. With that being said, I don't think it's safe for me to DIY anything else in this house, or actually let her see it. I can DIY, just not let her see it. I hope you guys love this video. I know that I did. It was a first for me, using power tools to the extreme level. In my case, I've used power tools before, almost drilled my hand off. I will link that video down below in case you guys missed it. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. The video where I almost drilled my knuckle off. But anyways, I'm laughing at I'm having a flashback of that moment and how calm I was even after I almost lost a hand. So yeah, this was just a huge take on power tools, me cutting wood for the first time at an angle, although I used unconventional methods to do that because I just wanted to do it by myself. I didn't want assistance because, you know, yeah, that's just me. But I hope you guys loved it, and I'm just gonna derail. I'm just gonna off ramp right here. I just want to say I do apologize that I haven't been putting out content every Sunday like I promised I would. Honestly, there has been a lot going on, and including me relocating from my house to my parents' house. It was just a lot. For a whole week I was elsewhere, you know, for personal reasons that I may not be able to say why, because it doesn't only affect me, it affects other people. So yeah, I've been away for a week for that reason. And honestly guys, with this whole virus going on, I've been demotivated to actually even get out of bed or start filming or anything like that. I just get super lazy all the damn time. So if damn is a cuss word, then beep. It's probably too late to do that, but anyways, yeah, so if you guys are feeling the same way as I am, please comment down below so I know that this is normal. And then if you guys love this video, give it a thumbs up. I am not promising that I'm gonna keep on posting my content on a constant basis. I'm basically using this time to also master my craft when it comes to editing, when it comes to recording my videos and all that kind of stuff, because this is a perfect time for me to test out and try out new things. I'm not using the world's best editing app to edit my videos, so I'm just trying to make what I can with what I have, but also improving the content that I put out. And honestly, with the fact that I also mentioned that I've been demotivated and all that kind of stuff, I am not promising to put out content on a constant basis because it may not be to the quality and the standard that I like it to be when I post it. So I'd rather post quality videos than quantity videos, or post something that I'm not even going to be happy with the outcome, or I'm not even happy with or pleased with. So that being said, please turn on your bell notification, because it'll help you from scouting if whether I've posted something or not. And yeah, I'm just gonna use this time to also grow as a person, understand what I'm putting out, the content that I'm putting out, if there's any room for, which there is a lot of room for improvement when it comes to my content and editing and recording my content and other kind of stuff. So I also want to brush up on that so that you guys can get proper quality content from me, so that I can stop using the excuse that I'm still learning and I'm still figuring things out. This is a perfect time for me to do that. And I'm sorry that this outro is very long. With that being said, if you guys like this video, if I haven't said it, please give it a thumbs up. If you guys feel the same way that I'm feeling about this whole coronavirus and staying home and other kind of stuff, please comment down below that I'm not the only lazy person and tired person and demotivated person. And I hope we get out of this funk, honestly. And then if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification. I will link a couple of DIYs that I've, you know, recorded down below, so that you guys can, if you're new to my channel, if I say if you're new to my channel one more time, I promise you I'm gonna lose it. So that if you haven't watched those videos, I'm giving you a chance to go over those videos and watch them and see if you like the content that I put out on my channel. So yeah, with that being said, be kind, love and light.